All the celebs going down with Diddy. Music mogul Diddy is facing serious legal trouble for alleged criminal activity spanning decades. The federal indictment suggests he wasn't working alone, prompting speculation about who else might be involved. Prosecutor Darman Williams confirmed the investigation is ongoing and targeting both Diddy and any potential accomplices.
So the investigation is ongoing. That means both as to him and to anyone else who we believe committed the crime with him.
The Southern District of New York's reputation for meticulous prosecution suggests they have substantial evidence against Diddy. This raises questions about which celebrities in Diddy's circle might be implicated and what illegal activities occurred at his infamous freak-off parties. While Diddy's white parties were generally open to the public, the after-parties were far more exclusive and rumored to involve shocking illegal activities. Rumors and speculation about these parties have circulated for years, with hints and clues potentially dropped by Diddy and those around him. This analysis will delve into the allegations against Diddy, examine his relationships within the celebrity world, and explore which individuals might be vulnerable to indictment based on their potential involvement in the alleged crimes. The focus will be on deciphering the truth behind the freak-off parties and uncovering any previously overlooked clues about the extent of the alleged wrongdoing. Building upon previous investigations into the mysteries surrounding Diddy, new evidence has emerged, including forgotten interviews, deleted tweets, confirmed conspiracy theories, and court documents from Diddy's current indictment and past lawsuits. This information unveils a disturbing pattern of alleged abuse, blackmail, and cover-ups. To understand the potential involvement of other high-profile individuals in these alleged crimes, it's crucial to recognize Diddy's history beyond his carefully curated public image. While recent years have seen him cast as a mentor, family man, and even a relatable dad concerned about his daughter's dating lives, this portrayal contrasts sharply with his past.
I don't know what you're talking about. My daughter's only 15. No, they're not. They better not be dating right now.
Before his rebranding, Diddy was embroiled in a violent rap feud with Suge Knight, who is now imprisoned and revealing new information. Additionally, Diddy has been linked to numerous suspicious deaths as detailed in previous investigations. These deaths often involve individuals connected to Diddy who were writing tell-all books or documentaries, raising concerns about potential motives for silencing them. This new evidence adds layers to the allegations against Diddy and underscores the need to examine his past and present actions for potential criminal wrongdoing. Further deepening the mystery is the death of Diddy's ex-wife and mother of his children, Kim Porter. Porter, who was planning a tell-all book and had reportedly discussed an explicit tape involving Diddy and his former mentor Andre Harrell, died suddenly at 47 from pneumonia. However, Diddy's former assistant, Jaguar Wright, alleges that toxins indicative of poisoning were found in Porter's toxicology report, raising suspicions about the circumstances surrounding her death.
You want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life.
Adding to the intrigue, Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's boyfriend, was present at the scene of Porter's death. This connection hints at a larger network of relationships between Diddy and various celebrities, including the Kardashian family. Previous investigations have unearthed links between Diddy and 7 deaths and 4 attempted murders. Disturbingly, it's been suggested that Diddy himself fears being poisoned in jail. Jaguar Wright, a key whistleblower in this case, has made numerous allegations against Diddy, some of which have been corroborated by police investigations. As we delve deeper into the alleged crimes and the individuals involved, it's crucial to consider the fear and potential danger surrounding Diddy, which may explain why many remain silent. The investigation must also consider both sides of the story, examining not only Diddy's alleged actions, but also the roles of those present at the parties and events in question. It's important to distinguish between Diddy's various parties and the exclusive, after-hours, freak-off parties that are now under scrutiny. Diddy was renowned for his extravagant gatherings, attracting a who's who of A-list celebrities, as evidenced by his star-studded 50th birthday celebration in 2019. His annual white parties in particular became legendary, starting small in 1998 but evolving into massive events by 2009. Despite the notoriety surrounding these parties, Diddy emphasized their inclusivity, citing a diverse guest list ranging from childhood friends to Hollywood elite. However, Diddy himself has hinted at a shift in atmosphere later in the night after the children in attendance were sent home. This suggests the freak-off parties were highly secretive and potentially unknown even to many regular attendees of his larger gatherings. Actor and comedian Brandon T. Jackson has stated that Diddy wasn't always present for the entirety of his parties. This, along with Denzel Washington's advice to Jackson about leaving parties early to avoid trouble, implies that things could take a darker turn as the night progressed, potentially without the knowledge of all guests.
Denzel always told me, we'd be at the parties, he said, you leave 30 minutes for the devil get there, okay? Always remember that Denzel would leave the parties early.
The secretive nature of Diddy's freak-off parties is further emphasized by accounts from other celebrities who claim to have been unaware of any illegal or illicit activities. Marlon Wayans, despite publicly acknowledging his attendance at Diddy's parties for many years, maintains he never witnessed anything untoward and would leave before the alleged freak-offs took place. His account suggests a deliberate attempt to keep these after-parties hidden from those who wouldn't condone or participate in the activities.
I've been to plenty Diddy parties. I left early. I swear to you, those aren't the type of parties that I go to. I don't frequent those type of parties, and even if I go, like I said, I've never seen.
Adding weight to this theory, Tony Willer, known as the Gay, revealed that he was specifically recruited for the freak-offs through intermediaries, ensuring secrecy and discretion. This recruitment process implies an intentional selection process targeting individuals deemed open to the activities planned for the after-parties. Therefore, it's essential to differentiate between guests invited to the larger, public-facing parties and those selectively chosen for the exclusive and secretive freak-offs. While the larger parties may have involved typical celebrity revelry, the after-parties allegedly took a darker turn, with mounting evidence suggesting a pattern of potential coercion and non-consensual activities, deviating significantly from what could be considered typical adult behavior. Diddy's own words offer a glimpse into the potentially manipulative and coercive environment he allegedly cultivated at his parties. In a past interview, he outlined his party essentials: a mix of attractive men and women, copious amounts of alcohol, and importantly, locks on the doors.
That's what you need to do. Women, beautiful women, of course. No, I don't know if guys have noticed this, like, a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave. Gotta keep them there. You need locks on the doors.
He also advocated for turning up the heat to uncomfortable levels, explaining that it would enhance the effects of alcohol and make attendees more comfortable and loose.
We need alcohols. Alcohols.
Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Just different blend.
This deliberate manipulation of the environment raises concerns about consent and the potential for exploitation. Adding to these concerns, Diddy seemingly acknowledged the illicit nature of his parties in a 1999 interview, predicting his arrest and the shutdown of his events. A 2021 raid on Diddy's home provided concrete evidence supporting these claims. Alongside firearms and ammunition, authorities discovered electronic devices containing images and videos of the alleged freak-offs, confirming their existence and revealing multiple potential victims. Further fueling suspicions, the raid uncovered an astounding amount of personal lubricant and baby oil, suggesting a planned and organized approach to the alleged sexual activities. The sheer volume, over 1,000 bottles, prompted Diddy's lawyers to suggest a bulk purchase from Costco, a claim refuted by the retailer itself.
They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large-capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims.
The discovery in Diddy's LA home adds another layer to the already bizarre and unsettling narrative, solidifying the image of an environment dedicated to extreme and potentially exploitative sexual behavior. The severity of the allegations against Diddy is thrown into sharp relief by a DHS agent's comparison to Jeffrey Epstein, calling him just as bad. This comparison highlights the gravity of the alleged crimes and the potential for a vast network of victims and abusers. Do you think Diddy's parties were a front for something more sinister? Comment yes if you think they were, or no if you think they were just wild parties. Adding to these concerns are reports of rooms in Diddy's mansion specifically designed for sexual activities, equipped with cameras to capture every angle, even those hidden from view. This suggests a deliberate and premeditated effort to film illicit activities without participants' knowledge or consent. Further allegations of drink spiking paint a disturbing picture of manipulation and control. Adria Cherie English, in a lawsuit, claims that female workers at Diddy's parties were encouraged to consume drinks spiked with narcotics. A former drug dealer who catered these events has corroborated this claim, stating he intentionally avoided certain drinks. Adding to the growing list of accusations, Nikki Heaton alleges that Diddy and Kanye West drugged her and her manager at a party when she was only 19 years old, intending to sexually assault them. Heaton's account emphasizes a pattern of predatory behavior targeting young women and using drugs to incapacitate and exploit them.
I noticed as I was standing there just like wondering what's going on, Diddy kept looking at me and Kanye kept looking at Lauren, and like they were exchanging glances, and I'm like, they're like watching me strangely. I'm like, okay, let me pretend to drink, and like I'm not actually doing it.
These consistent and increasingly disturbing allegations suggest a dark undercurrent to Diddy's parties, moving far beyond consensual adult behavior and into the realm of serious criminal activity. The federal indictment against Diddy provides a chilling account of the alleged activities occurring at his freak-offs. It details a pattern of coercion and abuse, outlining how Diddy used force, threats and manipulation to pressure individuals into performing extended sexual acts with male sex workers.
As alleged, Combs used force and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines.
These events, often lasting for days, were allegedly planned and meticulously controlled by Diddy, who would film the encounters. The indictment also reveals the use of various narcotics.
What may or may not happen to any other defendant while they are.
Diddy's employees allegedly played a direct role in facilitating these freak-offs, preparing locations, procuring supplies, and coordinating travel for participants. The fact that Diddy owns a private island nicknamed Love Island raises concerns about its potential use for these illicit activities. The severity of the alleged drug use is further emphasized by reports of IV treatments being necessary after these multi-day events, and the indictment's mention of filming has led to the emergence of black market sex tapes circulating in Hollywood.
One particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
Adria Cherie English's attorney, Ariel Mitchell, confirmed the existence of these tapes and described attempts to sell them to the individuals involved before they could become public, a tactic known as. Mitchell's claim that one tape features Diddy and another individual, more high-profile than himself, who appears unaware of being filmed, is particularly alarming and suggests a network of powerful individuals potentially implicated in these crimes. The question of how Diddy convinced individuals to participate in these exploitative freak-off parties is partially answered by allegations of blackmail. Evidence suggests Diddy used his power and influence to coerce individuals into silence and compliance. Aubrey O'Day, a former artist signed to Diddy's label, alluded to this in a 2022 interview, revealing that she was fired for refusing to engage in activities beyond her musical obligations, despite the threat of legal repercussions due to the NDAs she had signed.
Diddy fired me.
Why?
Not for the reasons he said on TV. I don't know legally what I can say or can't. It's everything you could imagine why somebody would want to fire somebody. I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me.
A reporter also shared a disturbing account of Diddy propositioning a family member interning for him, offering career advancement in exchange for sexual favors. This incident underscores Diddy's alleged willingness to exploit his position for personal gain, regardless of the consequences. These allegations of blackmail and coercion are further supported by the experiences of individuals like Jaguar Wright, who faced accusations of instability and unreliability after speaking out against Diddy, a common tactic used to discredit victims and protect abusers. The fact that numerous sexual assault allegations spanning from the 1990s to 2022 have surfaced since Diddy's arrest suggests a climate of fear prevented victims from coming forward sooner. Many likely felt silenced by Diddy's power and the potential threat of retaliation. Disturbingly, the scope of Diddy's alleged blackmail extended beyond individuals. Reports indicate he was willing to threaten a cartel to further his alleged human trafficking operation, highlighting the calculated and ruthless nature of his alleged crimes. The emerging picture is not that of a successful businessman caught in a misunderstanding, but a powerful figure potentially using his influence to orchestrate and conceal a pattern of abuse for decades. The number of potential victims connected to Diddy's alleged crimes has skyrocketed since his arrest. Attorneys seeking survivors for legal action received over 3,000 responses, with over 120 credible lawsuits filed in various states. The alleged victims range in age from 38 to a shocking 9 years old, indicating a disturbing pattern of predatory behavior spanning decades. One case, involving a 9-year-old taken to a Bad Boy Records audition, highlights the alleged use of false promises and industry connections to lure and exploit vulnerable individuals.
This individual, who was 9 years old at the time, in New York City with Bad Boy Records, this individual was sexually abused, allegedly by Sean Combs and several other people at the studio, in the promise to both his parents and to him himself of getting a record deal.
This case underscores the potential for abuse within the music industry and the power dynamics that can silence victims. Cassie, who famously dated Diddy for over a decade, has become a pivotal figure in these accusations. Provided a chilling glimpse into the alleged abuse occurring within Diddy's inner circle. Subsequent footage of Diddy physically assaulting Cassie lends further credence to her claims and those of other victims. Adding another layer of control, the indictment accuses Diddy of using others to monitor and confine victims, preventing them from seeking help or escaping the abusive environment. This alleged tactic is eerily similar to accounts from Diddy's former employees, who claim he tapped the phone of his ex-wife, Kim Porter, to monitor her activities and conversations. This alleged surveillance points to a calculated and pervasive system of control designed to silence victims and maintain secrecy around Diddy's alleged crimes. The alleged system of control extended beyond monitoring, with Diddy accused of using physical violence and intimidation to silence and control victims. Accounts from former employees alleging that Diddy broke Kim Porter's nose and subsequently flew in a plastic surgeon to cover up the assault are deeply disturbing. This alleged incident mirrors Cassie's claims of being hidden away to conceal injuries, suggesting a pattern of violence and intimidation. Furthermore, the indictment alleges that Diddy's associates would track down and retrieve victims who managed to escape, reinforcing the image of a powerful and controlling figure determined to keep victims trapped in an abusive cycle. This alleged behavior evokes comparisons to organized crime, with Diddy positioned as the head of an operation using fear and intimidation to maintain control. The sheer volume and severity of the accusations against Diddy are staggering. Cases like Joy Dickerson-Neal's alleged rape while a college student, Lisa Gardner's accusation of being raped by Diddy and Aaron Hall at 16 and subsequently choked unconscious by Diddy, and Aralia Graves' horrifying account of being drugged, bound, beaten and raped while being recorded all point to a deeply disturbing pattern of predatory behavior. These cases, along with the previously mentioned Lil Rod lawsuit, which includes allegations of sexual assault and a shooting cover-up, paint a picture of a man allegedly operating with impunity, leaving his victims feeling trapped and terrified. As the investigation unfolds, attention has turned to identifying Diddy's alleged accomplices and the extent of their involvement in the alleged crimes. While a comprehensive list remains elusive, certain names have emerged, prompting varying degrees of scrutiny. Lil Rod's 2021 lawsuit predating the raid on Diddy's home offered an early glimpse into the alleged network surrounding Diddy. While the lawsuit mentions Prince Harry, it's crucial to note that this appears to be in the context of illustrating the social circles accessible to Diddy's associates, not implicating Harry in any wrongdoing. Do you think Diddy's alleged accomplices should face the same level of scrutiny as him? Comment yes if you think they should, or no if you think they're just pawns in his game. Conversely, Cuba Gooding Jr. is directly accused of groping Lil Rod, with video evidence allegedly supporting this claim. Lil Rod further alleges that Diddy was grooming him for Cuba Gooding Jr., suggesting a disturbing pattern of predatory behavior. Young Miami, a rapper signed to Diddy's label, is named in two capacities. First, Lil Rod's lawsuit lists her as one of the alleged freak-off participants on Diddy's payroll, alongside Daphne Joy, Stevie J, and Jade.
I didn't know Usher was the one that had to be rushed to the hospital until people around Puff at the time told me.
Second, Young Miami's cousin is accused of assaulting Lil Rod in 2022, potentially linking her to the alleged network of abusers through familial ties. Lil Rod's lawsuit extends beyond individual celebrities to implicate high-ranking music executives. Ethiopia Habtemariam, CEO of Motown Records, and Lucien Grange, CEO of Universal Music Group, are accused of profiting from Lil Rod's alleged exploitation, raising concerns about a potential system enabling and protecting abusers within the music industry. The timing of several high-profile resignations within the music industry following Diddy's arrest has fueled further speculation. Kevin Liles, CEO of Warner Music's 300 Entertainment, resigned after 20 years, followed by Kazuhiko Kobayashi, CEO of Warner Music Japan, and Randy Goodman, CEO of Sony Music Nashville. While it's impossible to definitively link these departures to Diddy's case, the close timing raises questions about potential connections and internal knowledge within the industry. Adding another layer to the unfolding drama is the web of celebrity friendships surrounding Diddy. Steve Harvey, for example, has a long-standing relationship with Diddy, including a romantic connection between Diddy and Harvey's daughter, Lori. While rumors of Harvey fleeing the country have been debunked, his close association with Diddy warrants further scrutiny as the investigation progresses. The investigation into Diddy's alleged crimes has drawn attention to his relationships with other artists he mentored, particularly Usher. Signed to Diddy's label at a young age, Usher's experiences have come under scrutiny, with some, including Diddy's former assistant Jaguar Wright, suggesting he might have been a victim himself. Wright alludes to an incident where Usher was hospitalized, hinting at potential abuse. Further fueling speculation are resurfaced claims regarding a tell-all book Kim Porter was working on before her death. An alleged email from Porter's stylist mentions a rough draft containing explosive allegations, including Diddy impregnating Mary J. Blige, a heated altercation between Diddy and Usher's mother, and Diddy transmitting an STD to Usher. While these claims remain unsubstantiated, they align with previous lawsuits against both Diddy and Usher regarding the alleged spread of herpes. The potential cycle of abuse takes center stage with allegations against Usher regarding his mentorship of Justin Bieber. Jaguar Wright suggests that Usher might have facilitated Bieber's exploitation by placing him in vulnerable situations, echoing the alleged patterns of abuse within Diddy's circle. These claims, combined with resurfaced footage of Bieber exhibiting signs of distress, raise serious concerns about the potential for a cycle of abuse within the music industry. The potential for abuse within Diddy's circle extends beyond his direct protégés. Resurfaced footage and allegations have brought to light concerning interactions between Justin Bieber and other celebrities within Diddy's orbit, including a clip where Bieber appears uncomfortable with comments made by Odell Beckham Jr. and another individual about his age and attractiveness.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
My voice sounded good. A couple of them.
You heard your voice notes now? He's giving it everything he's got.
Further allegations suggest a connection between Bieber and Jennifer Lopez, with speculation that they attended Diddy's parties together and may have been involved in inappropriate relationships facilitated by Diddy. While evidence remains circumstantial, these claims contribute to the growing concern surrounding the potential exploitation of young artists within Diddy's network. Loving this content? Show your support with a like and a subscribe. Not impressed? A like would still be nice, and your feedback in the comments will help me create better content next time. Jennifer Lopez's involvement in Diddy's alleged crimes is further scrutinized due to her presence at a 1999 nightclub shooting involving Diddy and rapper Shine. While Shine was convicted, Lil Rod's lawsuit alleges that Diddy claimed Lopez was responsible for bringing the gun into the club, a claim supported by Jaguar Wright, who alleges Lopez had gunshot residue on her hands. These allegations have resurfaced amid Lopez's recent divorce from Ben Affleck, with Suge Knight suggesting the split might be linked to incriminating footage of Lopez found during the raid on Diddy's home. While rumors of Jennifer Lopez's involvement with Diddy have circulated for years, recent events have thrust them back into the spotlight, with some speculating about the potential implications for her personal and professional life. Unverified claims about leaked tapes and the reasons behind her divorce remain speculative, but they underscore the potential fallout from Diddy's alleged crimes.
Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged.
The scope of Diddy's alleged network has also drawn attention to other high-profile individuals. Leonardo DiCaprio's early attendance at Diddy's parties raised eyebrows, but his team has distanced him from Diddy, stating that they haven't been in contact for years. Similarly, while Pink's decreased social media presence sparked speculation, there's no concrete evidence linking her to Diddy or his alleged crimes. Megan Fox, known to have past ties to Diddy, also experienced a noticeable reduction in her Instagram activity in 2021. However, given her history of being overly sexualized in Hollywood from a young age, it's more plausible that she might have been a victim rather than a perpetrator within Diddy's alleged network. The investigation's ripple effect has extended to athletes and musicians who have publicly distanced themselves from Diddy. While Steph Curry's connection appears limited to a casual tweet, LeBron James's history of socializing with Diddy raises questions about his potential knowledge of Diddy's alleged activities. Meek Mill's association with Diddy is particularly noteworthy, given their collaborations and public interactions. Lil Rod's lawsuit alleges that a Philadelphia rapper, fitting Meek Mill's description, engaged in inappropriate behavior with underage girls and sex workers on Diddy's yacht, and was romantically involved with Diddy.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Dad.
These allegations, combined with suggestive lyrics from Meek Mill and his defensive social media posts, cast a shadow on their relationship and warrant further investigation. While the extent of Jay-Z and Beyoncé's ties to Diddy, as well as the connections between Diddy and the Kardashian family, remain to be fully explored, their intertwined histories within the music and entertainment industries warrant further examination in a dedicated analysis. Finally, Ashton Kutcher's close friendship with Diddy raises significant red flags. Their co-hosting of Diddy's final white party and the existence of footage showing them interacting with underage girls online suggest a shared affinity for questionable behavior and potential involvement in Diddy's alleged network of abuse. Ashton Kutcher's association with Diddy extends beyond casual friendship. Their financial support of TinyChat, a platform known to attract young teenagers, raises serious questions about their motives and judgment. While sources close to Kutcher claim he feels betrayed by Diddy and fears potential retaliation, his history of questionable behavior and associations with controversial figures casts doubt on his supposed innocence and naivete. The growing list of alleged accomplices and the potential for further revelations has created a climate of fear and uncertainty within Hollywood and the music industry. The possibility of immunity deals offered to witnesses in exchange for information about Diddy's activities adds another layer of complexity as individuals navigate self-preservation and potential legal ramifications. This investigation has exposed a deeply troubling side to the entertainment industry, highlighting the power imbalances, potential for exploitation, and the complicity of those surrounding powerful figures like Diddy. As more information emerges, it's crucial to prioritize the voices of survivors and hold perpetrators accountable for their actions, no matter how influential or well-connected they may be. This deep dive into the allegations surrounding Diddy has exposed a side of Hollywood we rarely see, reminding us that behind the glitz and glamour, darkness can lurk. While it's crucial to remember that Diddy is presumed innocent until proven guilty, the sheer volume of accusations spanning decades forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about power, abuse, and silence. What have we learned? Firstly, fame and fortune don't exempt anyone from accountability. Secondly, it takes immense courage to speak out against powerful figures, and we must listen to and support those who do. Lastly, this story reminds us that we all have a role to play in creating a culture where abuse is not tolerated and survivors are empowered to come forward. This is far from over. The investigation continues, and we'll be watching closely as more information emerges. What do you think about these shocking allegations? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Iconic Inside for more deep dives into the stories behind the headlines. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. 3 minutes ago, Diddy's reaction to life sentence goes viral.
Combs is back at MDC. He's been denied bail twice. His last hope of getting out before that May 2025.
He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent.
Fans and followers were shocked by a recent video showing Diddy's emotional response to receiving a life sentence. The footage provides a glimpse into his unfiltered feelings and the difficult path he's traveled. It prompts reflection on how anyone copes with such a monumental, life-altering event and what it means for his lasting impact on the music industry. Let's examine the profound consequences of Diddy's sentencing and how they're reverberating throughout the entertainment world. The legal case against Sean "Diddy" Combs saw a major development recently. On October 10, 2024, a New York federal judge scheduled his trial for May 5, 2025. This is a pivotal moment in the highly publicized case against the music mogul. Diddy, jailed since his arrest, is facing serious accusations of trafficking, misconduct, and transporting. The trial date was set after a series of pre-trial hearings where Diddy appeared before the court to address these grave charges. The allegations against Diddy are both numerous and deeply concerning. The indictment, released in September 2024, outlines a disturbing and long-standing pattern of behavior. It alleges that Diddy was at the helm of a criminal operation that exploited women for his own gratification. Some of these acts allegedly occurred at events Diddy called freak-offs, gatherings involving multiple participants who were reportedly pressured or coerced into performing sexual acts. The misconduct charges detail how Diddy allegedly leveraged his wealth and influence to control his victims and others involved. The indictment claims he had a network of individuals who assisted him in recruiting and manipulating women, ensuring their silence through threats and intimidation tactics. This network allegedly facilitated the transportation of women across state lines for the purpose of engaging in sexual acts, adding more severe charges to the existing case. These claims suggest Diddy's actions were part of a calculated system designed to exploit women for his personal gain. In the lead-up to the trial, Diddy's lawyers have been actively working to weaken the prosecution's case. They've filed numerous legal motions, including requests for bail, all of which have been denied due to concerns that Diddy might try to influence witnesses or flee the country. Diddy's legal team has also accused the government of leaking sensitive case details to the media, claiming this has jeopardized Diddy's right to a fair trial. A crucial piece of evidence is a surveillance video from a Los Angeles hotel in 2016, which appears to show Diddy in a physical altercation with a woman. This video, which surfaced in May 2024, has become central to the case, with Diddy's defense arguing that its leak was a deliberate attempt to tarnish his reputation before the trial. As the trial date draws nearer, the legal battle is expected to intensify. Prosecutors are preparing to lay out a detailed case, including testimonies from alleged victims and witnesses, along with a substantial amount of documentary evidence. Conversely, Diddy's defense team is preparing to challenge the credibility of these witnesses and the reliability of the evidence presented. Throughout this ordeal, Diddy has steadfastly maintained his innocence. However, if convicted on all charges, he could be facing a lengthy prison sentence. With the trial date set and legal proceedings gaining momentum, what kind of punishment could Diddy face if found guilty? Could this mark the end of his career and freedom? Let's explore the potential sentence and its implications. If Sean "Diddy" Combs is found guilty on all counts, he faces the possibility of spending the rest of his life behind bars. The charges carry a minimum sentence of 15 years, and the potential for life imprisonment underscores the seriousness of the alleged crimes. Federal law, particularly in cases involving exploitation and sexual misconduct, mandates harsh penalties, a reality Diddy is now confronting. The accusations against Diddy are severe and encompass multiple crimes, adding to the complexity of his legal battle. The prosecution is taking these claims very seriously, believing that Diddy, aided by associates, orchestrated these activities. The misconduct charges further complicate matters, alleging that Diddy was part of a criminal network designed to carry out and conceal illegal actions. Taken together, these charges paint a picture of a complex and organized operation, increasing the likelihood of a substantial prison sentence for Diddy if convicted. Legal experts have been closely following this case, and many believe a conviction is likely. Federal prosecutors tend to have a high success rate in securing guilty verdicts in cases of this nature. The prosecution is expected to present compelling evidence, including testimonies from alleged victims, surveillance footage, and electronic records, all of which could be difficult for Diddy to refute. The weight of the evidence suggests that a conviction is a very real possibility. Given the gravity of the allegations, the legal system mandates a minimum 15-year prison sentence for crimes like trafficking, although Diddy could be facing a significantly longer period behind bars. Legal analysts have explained that while life sentences are typically reserved for the most extreme crimes, the nature of these allegations, particularly the claims of manipulation and sexual misconduct, could make such a punishment fitting in this case. Prosecutors are expected to focus on demonstrating that Diddy's actions were not isolated incidents, but rather part of a systematic and abusive pattern of behavior. If they succeed in proving this in court, it is highly probable that Diddy will receive a life sentence, reflecting the full extent of his alleged crimes. Beyond the prison sentence, a conviction would have profound and lasting repercussions for Diddy. It would almost certainly spell the end of his career and his public influence. He has built an empire within the music industry, but these charges have the potential to bring it all crashing down. Furthermore, this case would send a powerful message to others in the entertainment world. It would serve as a stark reminder that engaging in such conduct carries severe consequences, and that the legal system is prepared to take decisive action against those who exploit others. Could these charges truly mark the end of Diddy's empire? Or is there still a chance for his legal team to salvage the situation? What strategies will his defense employ to counter the substantial evidence stacked against him? Let's delve into the tactics his lawyers are preparing to deploy in this high-stakes legal battle. In the legal battle surrounding Sean Diddy Combs, his defense team has been very vocal in their efforts to push back against the serious accusations levied against him. Diddy's lawyers have repeatedly accused the government of leaking sensitive information to the media, arguing that these leaks have tarnished his reputation and hampered his ability to receive a fair trial. Recently, Diddy's legal team requested an evidentiary hearing to investigate these leaks, alleging that the government has been improperly disclosing confidential grand jury material and other evidence in an attempt to undermine Diddy's defense. A crucial piece of evidence in the case is a 2016 surveillance video that appears to show Diddy assaulting his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. This video, which surfaced in May 2024, has been central to the defense's argument, as they contend it was leaked to the media to damage Diddy's reputation before trial. Diddy's lawyers, Mark Agnifilo and Tenny Gagos, have been vocal in expressing their concerns about what they perceive as a deliberate smear campaign orchestrated by the government. They argue that these leaks have resulted in prejudicial pre-trial publicity, potentially jeopardizing Diddy's right to a fair trial. In their court filings, they have requested that the judge bar federal employees from sharing any further evidence with the media and suppress any evidence that has already been leaked by government employees. This tactic highlights the defense's strategy of shifting the focus and raising questions about the integrity of the prosecution's case. Publicly, Diddy's legal team has maintained an air of confidence, consistently asserting his innocence and outlining their plan to fight the charges. Their statements have emphasized that Diddy is being unfairly targeted and that the accusations against him are false and defamatory. They have pointed out perceived weaknesses in the government's case and have stated their intention to challenge the credibility of witnesses and the validity of the evidence presented. In a court filing, Diddy's lawyer stated, "Mr. Combs is presumed innocent. He traveled to New York to surrender because he knew he was going to be indicted. he took extraordinary steps to demonstrate that he intended to face and contest the charges, not flee. The defense has also pointed to Diddy's cooperation with the legal process as evidence of his innocence. They have argued that the government's portrayal of him as a flight risk and a threat to witnesses is not based on factual evidence, but is rather part of a broader attempt to paint him in a negative light in the court of public opinion. In a public statement, Agnifilo expressed confidence in their ability to clear Diddy's name. "We are confident that when all the evidence is presented, Mr. Combs will be exonerated. The truth will come out and we will fight vigorously to ensure that justice is served." His lawyers have been working diligently to counter what they see as a biased narrative constructed by the government, and they appear determined to prove that he has been wrongly accused. Diddy's defense strategy reveals a multi-layered fight against serious accusations. But as he confronts the stark reality of incarceration, how will these difficult conditions impact his pursuit of justice? Let's examine his current situation and the challenges he faces while behind bars. Sean Diddy Combs is currently incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Brooklyn. The facility, infamous for its poor conditions, is where Diddy has been held since his arrest on serious charges. Located in an industrial area near the waterfront, MDC Brooklyn houses approximately 1,200 detainees. Among its inmates are other high-profile figures like R. Kelly and Sam Bankman-Fried, adding to the facility's notoriety for housing individuals who have garnered significant public attention. The conditions at MDC have drawn widespread criticism from former inmates and legal representatives alike. Diddy's lawyers have been quick to point out the dangers, overcrowding, and inadequate medical care that plague the facility. Inmates often face brutal conditions, with the building lacking proper ventilation, leading to extreme heat in the summer and frigid temperatures in the winter. Reports of violence between inmates are commonplace, with some altercations resulting in serious injuries or even fatalities. These accounts have added urgency to the efforts of Diddy's legal team, who argue that he should not be subjected to such harsh treatment while awaiting trial. Upon his arrival at MDC, one of the first actions taken was to place Diddy on watch. This is standard procedure for high-profile inmates and involves constant monitoring for their safety. Guards check on him regularly and his every move is recorded on camera. However, the conditions of this watch are stringent. Inmates under this level of surveillance are often subjected to bright lights 24/7 and have very limited access to personal belongings. While Diddy's legal team has raised concerns about the detrimental impact of these conditions on his mental health, they maintain that he is staying strong and remains focused on preparing his defense. Life in the Metropolitan Detention Center is a harsh departure from the opulence Diddy once knew. Accustomed to a life of luxury, he now navigates the stark realities of prison, where even basic comforts are a distant memory. His lawyers report that the food is a far cry from his previous gourmet experiences, describing the meals as uninspired and often unappetizing. Do you think the conditions at MDC are too harsh for high-profile inmates like Diddy? Comment yes if you think they're too harsh, or no if you think they're necessary for safety reasons. Beyond the culinary disappointments, Diddy grapples with the psychological toll of his environment. Privacy is non-existent within the confines of MDC, and the constant surveillance amplifies the pressures of incarceration. His celebrity status adds another layer of complexity, making him a potential target for those seeking notoriety. To mitigate these risks, he's been placed in protective custody, shielding him from the general prison population, but also subjecting him to an isolating existence with minimal human contact, a situation that brings its own set of challenges. Adjusting to the stark conditions of MDC and confronting a potentially lengthy legal battle represents a monumental personal challenge for Diddy. Despite these hardships, his legal team asserts that he remains resolute, determined to fight the charges against him while enduring the unforgiving realities of his current circumstances. This situation begs many questions. How is Diddy coping with a diet that's a stark contrast to the culinary delights he once enjoyed? What does a typical day look like within such a controlled setting? Let's take a closer look at his current food and living conditions, stripping away the veneer of his former lifestyle to reveal the realities of his incarceration. Gone are the days of personal chefs and curated menus. Now Diddy's daily routine adheres to a rigid schedule, dictating when he eats, sleeps, and attends to basic needs. Meals consist of typical prison fare, a far cry from the gourmet dishes he once enjoyed. Breakfast offers simple choices like cereal, fruit, and pastries, with skim milk and coffee available. Lunch and dinner menus are equally basic, featuring standard institutional fare such as chicken wraps, baked chicken, or tacos, accompanied by simple sides. Weekends bring a small culinary reprieve in the form of cheese pizza with spinach, a modest luxury within the confines of MDC. While Diddy has to endure the prison's standard meal plan, he and his fellow inmates have the option to supplement their diets with purchases from the commissary. The selection isn't vast, but it does offer a break from the monotony of the regular menu. Think Velveeta cheese blocks, pouches of white tuna or Spam, and even jalapeno squeezed cheese for those craving a little kick. Seasonings and spices are also available for purchase, allowing inmates to customize their meals to a small degree. Those seeking something more substantial can find pre-cooked rice, instant grits, or even a rib steak meal for a premium price. Snacks range from the mundane, like granola bars and chips, to familiar treats like Oreo cookies, peanuts, and sugar-free candy. Beverage options include decaffeinated coffee and herbal tea. These options, however, provide only a slight improvement over the typical prison meals and remain a far cry from the luxurious dining Diddy was accustomed to. The harsh realities of prison life extend far beyond just food. Diddy must adhere to a rigid daily schedule, beginning with a 6 a.m. wake-up call. Showers are permitted only every other day. Accounts from former inmates paint a grim picture of the facility itself, citing poor conditions and inedible food. One such account described misery burgers, a dish with patties so tough they resembled shoe leather. Despite the hardships, Diddy still has access to some basic privileges. He can make limited phone calls, send heavily monitored text-only emails at a cost, and receive visitors who have undergone background checks. Gone are the days of designer duds from Alexander McQueen and Gucci. Diddy now dons a standard-issue prison uniform. Personal hygiene and invasive searches, including strip searches described as dehumanizing by a former inmate, are part of the daily routine. In short, prison life is a far cry from the lifestyle Diddy once led, marked by a loss of freedom, privacy, and basic comforts. The sudden and drastic change from a life of luxury and influence to the harsh reality of prison life could understandably have a severe impact on anyone, especially someone like Diddy, who is accustomed to having control over his environment and lifestyle. The loss of such control could lead to significant emotional distress. Recently, footage purportedly showing Diddy, Barack Obama, and Kamala Harris engaged in a strange ritual with satanic undertones has spread rapidly online, igniting heated discussions and fueling a wave of conspiracy theories. The involvement of these prominent figures has intensified public interest as people attempt to separate fact from fiction. The footage has left many questioning whether it's an elaborate fabrication or if something more unsettling is happening. The potential repercussions of this viral content on the reputations of Diddy, Obama, and Harris remain a subject of much speculation. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the viral footage and its implications. In May 2024, a photo of Diddy with Barack Obama caused a stir on various social media platforms. The image garnered even more attention in March 2024 when federal agents, as part of an ongoing investigation into alleged trafficking, raided Diddy's residences in Los Angeles and Miami. This led some social media users to draw a connection between the photo and the legal troubles, with one post even urging others to spread the image with the caption, "The media doesn't want you to see this, so you know what to do." This ignited a flurry of reactions and discussions across platforms like X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, as users debated the meaning behind the image. A closer examination, however, reveals that while the image spread like wildfire, there is no evidence to suggest Obama's involvement in or knowledge of the accusations against Diddy. Despite this, the timing of the photo's circulation fueled conjecture, with some highlighting Diddy's history of being photographed alongside other influential figures like Donald Trump. These associations led some to believe there might be a deeper link between the rapper's legal situation and his high-profile connections. While there's no concrete evidence confirming the authenticity of the 2024 photo, it is worth noting that Diddy has publicly shown support for Obama in the past. For instance, in 2017, Diddy shared a picture of himself with Obama on Facebook. In the photo, both are wearing outfits remarkably similar to the ones in the recent viral image. The 2017 photo's caption read, "This week was a great week. Shout out to the King Barack Obama #Black Excellence." This context suggests the recent image could be genuine, but it doesn't necessarily imply any inappropriate behavior on Obama's part. Instead, it seems to be another example of social media users jumping to conclusions and linking high-profile individuals during controversial situations. Enjoying this video? Like and subscribe for more. Not feeling it? A like would still be appreciated, and your comments will help me do better next time. Furthermore, a photo of Diddy with Kamala Harris has sparked curiosity and raised questions. People are wondering about the nature of their relationship. Have they crossed paths at Diddy's gatherings, or is their acquaintance purely casual? Given the increased scrutiny on Diddy's actions, it's understandable why people are curious about this connection. How might their association influence public perception of both individuals? What insights does it offer into their social circles? These are all questions worth exploring. Adding fuel to the fire, former President Donald Trump is once again embroiled in controversy after sharing a digitally manipulated image on his Truth Social platform. This image falsely suggests a connection between Vice President Kamala Harris and Diddy. The image Trump shared was a modified version of a 2001 photo, originally showing Harris with former talk show host Montel Williams and his daughter. In the altered version, Diddy's face replaces Williams, creating the false impression that Harris has a personal relationship with the rapper. Trump's caption further fueled the misinformation, implying without any basis that Harris was somehow connected to the serious allegations against Diddy, which include disturbing accounts of his erratic behavior. This isn't the first time Trump has been accused of employing misleading tactics. During the 2024 election just a few weeks prior, he shared AI-generated images that falsely depicted pop star Taylor Swift endorsing him, inciting anger among her fan base. In another instance, a fabricated image showed Harris addressing a crowd of communists at the Democratic National Convention, an event that never took place. Although these images were quickly debunked, the damage was already done, solidifying Trump's pattern of spreading disinformation as a recurring tactic throughout his campaign. Despite the swift removal of the doctored image featuring Harris and Diddy, the attempt at manipulation backfired spectacularly. Social media platforms were flooded with authentic photos of Trump and Diddy together, including clips from Trump's appearances on his reality show, The Celebrity Apprentice, back in 2012, where he referred to Diddy as,
"No, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy."
These images spread like wildfire, with late-night comedians like Jimmy Kimmel highlighting the irony of Trump trying to discredit Harris by fabricating a connection with Diddy, while simultaneously having a documented friendly history with the rapper himself. This incident has also brought to the forefront the larger issue of disinformation campaigns specifically targeting the Harris Waltz ticket. Microsoft recently revealed that Russian-backed operations are utilizing deepfake technology to undermine Harris's candidacy, a tactic that has been mirrored by some of Trump's supporters. Notably, tech mogul Elon Musk, a vocal supporter of Trump, shared a manipulated video that distorted Harris's voice to propagate further falsehoods. Trump's repeated use of manipulated media for political attacks has become a concerning pattern, from making false assertions about Haitian immigrants to sharing misleading photos involving celebrities like Taylor Swift. These tactics have drawn widespread condemnation. Even while facing numerous legal battles and indictments himself, Trump continues to command attention and dominate news cycles, making the spread of misinformation a pressing concern in the 2024 election. Recently, serious allegations have surfaced accusing Diddy of hosting parties centered around satanic rituals. Survivors like Allison Carter have bravely come forward to share their disturbing experiences at these gatherings, describing them as deeply unsettling events involving not only adults but also children. These accounts paint a chilling picture of the atmosphere at these parties. This begs the question, Why are these claims surfacing now, and what impact will these revelations have on Diddy's public image and the entertainment industry at large? These are critical questions that warrant further investigation. Alison Carter, a courageous survivor of child trafficking, has come forward with disturbing accusations regarding the infamous white parties hosted by Diddy. In a series of impactful video clips circulating on social media, she described these gatherings as far more sinister than just wild celebrations. Carter alleges they were horrific events involving what she referred to as satanic ritual group intercourse. Her powerful words have ignited widespread discussion online, bringing much-needed attention to the often overlooked plight of child victims. Carter bravely stated, "They weren't freak-offs, they were satanic ritual group intercourse." Get it right, it wasn't just adults at these parties. The adults were responsible for the child slaves that were in the party, and one of those children was me. Her testimony aims to expose the dark underbelly of these events, where she claims children were tragically exploited. The public response to Carter's revelations has been profound, with a groundswell of support rallying behind her. One Twitter user enthusiastically proclaimed, "Ali Carter dropping truth bombs." Ali talks intimately about the party favor effect at Diddy's parties. She drops names of many celebrities, including Oprah. "This is a powerful testimony. It's time to focus on the children." These reactions underscore the powerful resonance of her message and the critical need to amplify the voices of survivors like her. Reflecting on Diddy's recent legal troubles, Carter expressed surprise at the turn of events. "I never thought it would happen," she shared, emphasizing the seriousness of the situation. Since coming forward with her story in 2020, her life has taken a difficult turn. She and her family lost their home and have faced immense challenges in rebuilding their lives. Carter's journey has been fraught with hardship. She attempted to pursue legal action against Riverside County Child Protective Services, alleging their complicity in her trafficking, but she claims her evidence was disregarded. This experience has left her deeply distrustful, particularly towards support systems intended to help survivors. She warned other survivors to be cautious of certain hotlines, suggesting they might not be as trustworthy as they appear. How do you rate the credibility of Alison Carter's accusations against Diddy and the white parties? Comment with a number from 0 to 5, where 0 means not credible at all, and 7 means completely believable. Diddy has publicly supported Barack Obama in past interviews, praising his leadership qualities and vision. Their connection has been visible at various events. Similarly, Kamala Harris has expressed her support for Diddy on Twitter, highlighting their association. Given the serious allegations against Diddy, how do these past endorsements impact their public images? What implications do they hold for Diddy in this challenging time? Let's delve into these questions. Obama and Diddy first met in 2004 during a significant period for both of their careers. Diddy was actively rallying support for the Democratic Party leading up to the Democratic National Convention, while Obama, then a rising political star, was campaigning for a Senate seat in Illinois. As part of Diddy's Vote or Die campaign, which aimed to increase voter turnout, he interviewed Obama for MTV. During the interview, Obama expressed his appreciation for Diddy's efforts to encourage civic engagement, stating, "I've got to give it to Puff Daddy for all the work he's been doing," recognizing the influence Diddy had, particularly among young voters. Throughout the 2000s, as Diddy amassed a fortune exceeding $700 million, he became one of the most prominent celebrity supporters of the Democratic Party. During the 2004 election cycle, Diddy interviewed both Obama and Hillary Clinton, bringing attention to key political figures of the time. This week, following Diddy's arrest on serious criminal charges, his brief interview with Obama resurfaced, drawing renewed interest in their connection. In the interview, a young Obama commended Diddy for using his platform for positive change, remarking, "He doesn't have to do this, but it's important to give back." The two shared a light-hearted exchange as Diddy teased Obama about perspiring under the hot convention lights, prompting Obama to playfully dab his forehead with a napkin. Diddy's support extended beyond 2004. In 2008, he was a vocal advocate for Obama's presidential campaign, hosting events like the Last Chance for Change rally in Florida just days before the election. His public endorsement further solidified his status as a major influencer in political fundraising and activism. However, as Diddy faces legal challenges, his past interactions with prominent political figures have become a point of contention for conservative critics. Following Diddy's arrest, some individuals highlighted an old tweet from Vice President Kamala Harris, in which she praised Diddy for hosting a town hall focused on racial inequality during her 2020 presidential campaign. In the tweet, Harris commended Diddy for raising awareness about how the COVID-19 pandemic was disproportionately impacting communities of color, writing, "There's a lot at stake for our communities right now, and it's critical we highlight how coronavirus is deepening racial inequality and health disparities." While some attempted to use the tweet to draw a connection between Harris and Diddy's current legal troubles, others argued that Diddy's status as a hip-hop icon naturally placed him in proximity to numerous influential figures. This includes former President Donald Trump, who was photographed with Diddy at a 2005 fundraiser hosted at Mar-a-Lago in support of the Rush Philanthropic Foundation. At the time, Trump was a registered Democrat, and his involvement with the event reflected his engagement with Democratic fundraising efforts during that period. As Diddy's legal case progresses, his past associations with both Democrats and Republicans are being scrutinized. But these connections highlight the reality that, as a highly influential figure in both music and politics, his reach transcended partisan lines. Recent developments in Diddy's case include the assignment of a new judge, a move intended to ensure a fair and impartial trial. Meanwhile, attorney Tony Busby, who is involved in the case, has expressed frustration with A-list celebrities who allegedly attended Diddy's controversial parties, urging them to come forward with any information they may have. The potential impact of the new judge on the case's trajectory and the responses, or lack thereof, from celebrities will likely shape the course of this ongoing situation. Diddy was arrested on September 16th in New York City following a grand jury indictment. Homeland Security officials took him into custody at the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan, where he was staying. The following day, a judge made the decision to hold him without bail. The allegations against Diddy are serious, revolving around what have been described as freak-off sessions. Reports indicate that these gatherings involved accusations of Diddy coercing and drugging women into participating in prolonged sexual encounters. This arrest occurred approximately 6 months after federal agents conducted raids on Diddy's residences in Los Angeles and Miami. During those raids, authorities reportedly discovered over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, believed to have been used during these gatherings. Prosecutors have stated that they have interviewed more than 50 witnesses and individuals connected to Diddy as part of their investigation. The raids also led to the seizure of numerous electronic devices, including laptops, cell phones, and hard drives. Furthermore, authorities claim to possess video footage that allegedly shows Diddy coercing victims into engaging in sexual acts. Court documents have confirmed that Diddy's case will now be overseen by Judge Arun Subramanian. Previously, Judge Andrew L. Carter Jr. presided over the case. During a hearing on September 18, 2024, Judge Carter stated that if he was unable to accommodate a trial date, the case would be reassigned to another judge. This change in judges could significantly impact the course of the legal proceedings, as it presents Diddy with another opportunity to petition for bail. His previous requests for bail were denied by both Judge Carter and U.S. Magistrate Judge Robin Merriweather, who was initially assigned to the case. Both judges sided with prosecutors who argued that Diddy should remain in custody until his trial. Since his arrest on September 16, 2024, Diddy has been detained at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a facility that has housed other high-profile inmates, including disgraced cryptocurrency entrepreneur Sam Bankman-Fried. Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, has been actively defending his client, asserting in court that Diddy should not be categorized with other high-profile individuals facing similar accusations, such as R. Kelly and Jeffrey Epstein. Agnifilo argued that the evidence presented does not point to trafficking, but rather reflects Diddy's personal relationships. In response to these serious charges, attorney Tony Busby is pursuing legal action against A-list celebrities who may have been present at Diddy's controversial parties. Busby recently sent demand letters to a number of well-known individuals, urging them to come forward with any information they may possess regarding Diddy's gatherings to help reach a private resolution. He issued a warning stating, If you were attending one of these parties and you knew what was going to happen, if a particular substance was being used in drinks that were causing people to be coerced and taken advantage of, you have a problem. Diddy's story, whether the accusations are true or not, reminds us that fame and fortune don't make you untouchable. It's a stark reminder that we are all accountable for our actions. What are your thoughts on the pressures of celebrity and the responsibility that comes with influence? Share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to iconicinside for more insightful stories from the world of music and entertainment. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.